Do you see all of this code getting generated on my screen? It's actually an AI trying to create a full stack app for me. This AI is known as GPT Pilot and you can use it as a VS Code extension. I got to know about this amazing tool because it was #1 on GitHub trending page and I tried it and absolutely loved it. So I thought I should share it with you guys as well. So yeah, without wasting any more time, let's see how we can set it up and how we can use it. So let's go. To get started with GPT Pilot, what you can do is you can open up your Visual Studio Code, just like I have done here. And you need to go to this extensions tab here. And inside this tab, you'll search for GPT-Pilot, just like this. And you'll see something like this, which says GPT-Pilot Alpha by Pythagora Technologies. So just click on it and just click on the install here and it will be installed on your Visual Studio Code as well. So I'm going to close this one. After you have installed this extension, you can find this icon here, which says, if you hover over it, it says GPT Pilot. If you don't see it in the icons, what you can do is you can click on these 3 dots here. You will see the GPT Pilot in the list. So click on this icon and click on Open GPT Pilot and click on Settings. Now in here, you need to type in your OpenAI API key. I have already done that. If you don't know where to get OpenAI API key, just go to your browser and go to platform.openai.com and go to API keys. And from here, you can create a new secret. You can name it anything or don't name it, your choice. Click on create secret key. It will give you an OpenAI API key. Copy the key and then you can go back to your Visual Studio Code and paste it right here. So after you have done that, you can click on save and then you can click on create new app. So yeah, let's give our app a name. Let's say Fullstack app. I'm keeping it simple and it's telling me describe your app in as much detail as possible. So this will be the initial prompt, which will describe what our app is, how it looks like. So I have already created a prompt for me. I'm just going to copy that and I'm going to just paste it right here. And let me read it out for you. It says, I'm interested in developing a Node.js application that features user registration and login functionalities, complete with dedicated pages containing forms for these processes. Additionally, I would like to include a home page as part of the application's interface. So it's pretty simple. Yeah, the prompt looks simple, but if you code it yourself, it's not that simple. It's going to take you some, based on your experience, it's going to take you anywhere from some hours to some days as well. So let's just click here on the send button and you'll see. So now as we are going to create a login register kind of application that's going to log in the user and allow us to register a user. So it's asking me, should the user registration process include email verification? Right now I don't want it, so I'll just say no and click on here. And it's asking me, will passwords be stored as plain text or do you require encryption? Of course, encryption. Should the home page display any specific content after user login? I want home page to display welcome to my Fullstack app and with the name of user dynamically. Now it is asking me, do you require any specific front-end framework or library for the user interface? No, just custom CSS. Does the application need to support password reset functionality? No. So now it's creating the summary of the project. It says the project Fullstack-app is a Node.js application with user registration and login capabilities. The registration process does not require email verification though. So it's summarizing what it got from me and creating a simple summary for that. Now it's asking, please set up your local environment so that the technologies listed can be utilized when you are done. Right, done. So yeah, so these are the technologies that I need to install. Yeah, I think I have all of them, so I'm going to click on done. I think it can install Express itself, bcrypt as well. So yeah, let's see. Now it's creating a plan with description, initialize Node.js application, set up Express server and create a basic route, which is the index route, respond with a simple HTML page containing server running. So yeah, now it's creating this array or yeah, an array of objects where it is describing what it has to do, and then some programmatic goals as well. So it created a list of them, still generating. Now it's saying now for the actual development, implementing task one. So it created these objects that we were seeing here. They are actually the tasks. So it created all those as tasks. So the first task for it is to initialize Node.js application, set up Express server, and create a basic index route that responds with a simple HTML page containing server running. And it's going to run this command npm init y, and it's going to install Express by npm install Express. And was a step 3, create server entry point file. It's going to create this file named index.js. Yeah, that's looking pretty good so far. Yeah, this is what a developer would do. He will set up the project, install some dependencies, and start writing the code. So, oh, can I execute? Now it's asking for my permission. Can I execute the command npm init-y? Yes, you can do that. Can I execute the command npm install Express? Yes, of course. Go ahead and do that. Let's see what you can do. Yeah, as you can see, wow, that's amazing. It created some files for us. We have the package.json file. You can see it here. Let me just bring that right here. So we have some package.json file. We have node modules, some tests. Yeah, so far so good. And we have an index.js file where it's requiring the Express, creating the Express app, setting the port 3000. Yeah, so far looking good. Please open the file index.js on line 10 and add the required input. Once you are done, type y to continue. So now it needs my input. If I scroll here, you can see it says input required. So what's required here? Provide the port number on which the server should run. So for me, I think it is going to be 3002 since it's dynamically grabbing the port. So I'm just going to edit it there. Yeah, let's press Y and go ahead. Can I execute the command node index.js? Yes, go ahead and do that. So now it's running the index.js file and looks like it encountered some error. So the address is already in use. Can I start debugging this? So yeah, let's see how it can debug this. I'm going to click on yes. Hearts the error indicates that port 3000 is already in use by another application. To resolve the issue, we should identify and stop. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, let's go there. We should identify and stop the process using port 3000. Reasoning, checking which process is using port 3000 and terminating it will release the port. So yeah, it identified what the problem is, and now it's asking for my permission. Can I execute the command ls-off-tcp? Yeah, you can go ahead and do that. Now it will probably run another command, which would be the killing of the port. That's what I'm guessing. Yeah, now it's going to kill the port. Should I execute the command kill-9? Yeah, go ahead and kill that process. Now execute node index.js. Yeah, I think now everything is working. We have these dev step 76. Server is running on port 3000. So when I started creating this app, my OpenAI usage was at $2.2. You guys also saw that. Let's look at it now. Usage, yeah, from 2.2 we are now at 2.78. So yeah, running these AI assistants can be costly. So if something is wrong, tell me or type continue. Yeah, I think let's start the app. Test if task 1 was completed successfully. You can follow these instructions. Ensure that the Node.js application is running. If not, start the server by entering the following command in the terminal. Okay. What should we see on the page? You should receive the following response. Server running. Okay, we should, if I go to the localhost 3000, you can, yeah, I can see server running message. So everything went well. That's impressive. So far it was able to successfully do its task 1. So now let's click on continue. Let's see what else it will do. If I go back, you can see now it's implementing task 2, which is design and implement the MongoDB schema for users using Mongoose, ensuring fields for username, hashed passwords, and setup correctly. Yeah, so now it's setting up the MongoDB and setting up bcrypt to hash the passwords. Let's see what we get now. So now it wants to execute a command npm install mongoose and bcrypt. So it detected that it needs these 2 packages and it's asking me, can I install them? Which is just absolutely amazing. See, it's doing everything on its own but it is getting some feedback from me as well, and it's asking for permissions. That's always welcomed. Yeah, so you can see it created a MongoDB schema here. Wow, that looks good. Yeah, that is good. And another file I think got created. No, it was just the models folder and user.js. It's telling me if something is wrong, tell me or type continue. There is nothing specific to test for this task, so you can write continue and we move on to the next. So let's click on start, continue. Now it's going to task 3, implement user registration API route /register, which allows for username and password input and uses bcrypt for password encryption before saving to the database. So now it's creating the /register endpoint or the page from where we can input the username and password and register our users, and it's going to save them in the MongoDB. So I think it would ask me for the MongoDB URL. Yeah. Now it's asking me, please open the file /config/db.js on the line 3. Add the required input once you are done. Type Y to continue. So yeah, it is asking me for my MongoDB URL. I think that's correct, but I first need to create the Fullstack -app in my MongoDB. I have the MongoDB Compass installed. Let me just open that up. So let me create a database. Let me name it Fullstack-app. Ask me later. Collection name. Let's say users create database. So let's go back. Let's paste in the URI /fullstack-app. I think that should work. I'll save the file, click continue. Can I execute the command mongod with, yeah, you can do that. Okay, we got some issue. Let's debug it. I'm not doing anything, guys. It's all GPT Pilot. I'm just sitting here and just clicking my mouse, typing in some keys. That's it. Okay, the error was that MongoDB instance was already running, and we try to run it again. Can I execute the command node index.js? Yes, go ahead and do that. And it's getting some errors. Yeah, start debugging. So after doing a bit of back and forth with the GPT Pilot, I got through the task 3, and it's telling me to test it now. So to test if the user registration endpoint /register works as expected, you can use the curl command to send a post request to the endpoint with a username and password. Open the terminal on your Darwin machine and run the following command. So let's just copy this command. Let me open up a terminal here. I'll paste it right there. Okay, I'm going to keep username as it is, test user, and password as test pass, and hit enter. And it's telling me couldn't connect to the server. Let me go through via browser. Okay, I think I forgot to start the app. Sorry about that. Let me send the curl request again. It says user registered successfully, so it's running. Let me go to the Mongo Atlas and let me refresh. You can see we have an object test user with a hash password. So that's amazing. We have a full stack application running. I think I spoke too soon. Let's go to the browser, refresh. Let's go to the /register, and you can see cannot get to /register. Told you I spoke too soon. So let me go back. /register. How did it work? Okay, let me say the curl request worked, but I couldn't access the endpoint via browser. I think it didn't implement it yet. Yeah, I think it didn't implement it yet. Let's see. In the current implementation, the register route accepts the permission for, yeah, that's on me, my bad. I think GPT Pilot has got it all figured out. It's better than me, I guess. Yeah, we'll see about that. Yeah, let's see what it comes up with now. I think it's already started to create the page for that. And now it's trying to make a folder public /css and public /js. I think it's creating the styles and JavaScript for the views. So let's say yes. And yeah, we have this file register.ejs. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's close this one. Let's close all these files as well. I think I didn't save this change. Let me just revert this and save it. Close it, don't save. Okay, it's now telling me to test it. So to test if the user registration endpoint /register works as expected, you can use the curl again. Okay, this command, please ensure. Let me see if it created the view. Again, I need to start the app first. Start the app, go back. Cannot find module EJS. Cannot find the module EJS. Yes, go ahead and do that. So now you can see that it's telling me congratulations. Almost. Wait, it's hard to scroll on this thing. I'm not able to scroll. Wait. So you can see now it's telling me congratulations. You reached 60% of your project generation. For now, you have created 7 files, 150 lines of code. Before continuing, GPT Pilot will create some documentation for the project. So now it's creating a readme.md file and it's adding all the documentation in there. That's pretty neat and that's pretty cool actually. I'll let it finish and then we'll check out the documentation as well. So you can see now we have the readme.md file and we have the name of the app. We have the overview. This full stack app is a Node.js web application featuring user registration and login functionality designed with simplicity in mind. It does not require email verification for registration and implements password in. So this is really good. And it's also highlighting the technologies. Let me try to view this MD file. Okay, nice. So now you can see this is the documentation that it generated on the fly. Oh, this is really cool. Let's just close it up. And I think now it's going to perform the other tasks as well. Let's see what we get. Just gonna wait until it finishes. So now it's again asking me to execute the command. So I'll say yes. I'm not giving it much of a thought. I'm not looking into the code or anything else. I'm just going with the process. Please open the file index.js on the line 20 and add the required input. Once you are done, type yes. Okay. So now I think this is the secret. I think this should do fine for now. Continue. Now I think it's creating the login.ejs file. Let's see. I haven't tested the slash register endpoint yet or the page yet. Let it finish and we will test them out as well. Okay, now it's asking me to test it. To test the login functionality, you can perform the following steps. Ensure, oh, the scrolling is a bit difficult here. Ensure the MongoDB database is running. Start the Node.js application. Let's start it. I always forget this one. And to start the login route, okay, it's telling me to send a curl request. Let's go to the browser first. Let's try this one. Okay, this time we do have the registration. If I type in anything here, put in some password, register. Okay, it gives me a message user register successfully. That's good. If I go to the Mongo Atlas, refresh, you can see another user was created. So the app is working, the registration part is working. Now it wants me to go to the login page. Okay, we do have the login form as well. So I had Anil and I had 1 2 3 4 user not found. Okay, that was incorrect user and it is giving me the message user not found. Here test user, I think test pass was the password. Let's log in and we get the login successful. So far so good. So now we are able to create a user, we are able to log in with that user. So it's kind of a full stack app. Everything is connected to a DB. You can see everything is getting saved here and we didn't do a thing. Everything is done by this GPT pilot. So let's click on continue now. Let's see. Now it's saying implementing task 5, which is create a style and homepage using EJS templates, Bootstrap, and custom CSS to display a welcome message with the logged in user name dynamically after successful login. Yes, let's see now if it can dynamically fetch the user from DB and give us a welcome page. Yeah, let's see that. Now it's asking me for some permission. Can I execute the command echo db underscore URI equals to this thing? Okay, it's now creating the .env file, which is really good. We should always store all the credentials, all the keys and everything in .env file. Now it's telling me, can I execute the command? Okay, yes, do that. Yes. Okay, we had some errors here or warnings. Yeah, let's debug this thing. Yeah, now it's saying the warning message do not prevent the application from running. However, they indicate deprecated MongoDB driver options that should be addressed. Okay, let's see if it tries to fix the warning. Even though it doesn't matter, it won't affect our application. Interesting. Now it is prompting me that I need human intervention. Manually test the login functionality by navigating to, okay, what I have been doing so far. It's now telling me to do that. So yeah, let's just go to the browser. So let's start by simply going to localhost 3000. Again, I need to start the app. Why am I always forgetting that part? Let's try again. Okay, his sync server running. Let's see if I remove all the passwords and the session. Let's see, refresh. I still get the same thing. Say slash login, enter test user, test class, login. Yeah, now we are at the home page. Okay, I had to test this thing. So let me just clear the session and cookies again. And let me try to go to the home. Yeah, and I'm redirected to the login page. And if I say test user again, test pass again, login, you can see it's telling me welcome to my Fullstack app, comma, test user, which is cool. Yeah. So this was the goal of our application. We wanted to create an application that had login, that has login functionality, a register functionality, and that can show a welcome message with a dynamically displaying username that is logged in. And if we are not logged in, we should be redirected to a login page. So the GPT Pilot was able to do a pretty good job with JavaScript. It generated all the code for us. It generated all the documentation for us. Yeah, I would say I'm really impressed by this one. It looks more useful to me than the other tools that are out there, mostly because you can go back and forth with this AI, is able to handle more complexities than the other AI tools out there. So as the complexity grows, it is able to handle that. Yeah, it is able to handle that. But let's see how much did it cost us to run this thing. So if I go to the usages of OpenAI, refresh, and see now we jumped all the way from $2.2 to $4.35. So yeah, these things are not cheap to run. We simply created a simple app. So now let's say if we want to style it, add all the things, and try to make a fully functional app with this thing, then it's I believe it's going to cost us hundreds of dollars. Yeah, let me know what you think about this down in the comment section. I think this is it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, peace out.